The Trump administration will no longer seek to automatically release pregnant immigrants from detention, a move in line with the overall efforts by the administration to hold far more immigrants in custody than its prosecutors. The change in policy could pave the way for more pregnant women to be held in detention facilities while they await lengthy court proceedings about whether or not they will stay in the United States. Facilities that are already decried by critics for tough conditions, the decision comes as immigration activists have assailed the administration's efforts to hold more immigrants in detention writ large and its increased arrest of non-criminal immigrants. The change in policy was sent by Immigrants and Customs Enforcement to Congress on Thursday morning and later announced in a conference call with reporters. The policy was first finalized in December, officials said. According to Philip Miller, a top official in ICE's enforcement and removal operations, as of March 20th, there were more than 35 pregnant illegal immigrant women in detention in ICE's custody. Since December, over 506 pregnant immigrants have been detained, Philip Miller added. He said it was difficult to estimate how many more pregnant immigrants would be detained under the new policy. Immigrants who are caught trying to cross the border illegally already are required to be in detention, although once they pass a threshold test for asylum claims, the government can choose to release them. He also could not say how the policy applied to nursing mothers. According to new directive, immigration officers will no longer default to trying to release pregnant women who fall into immigration custody, either because they are undocumented or otherwise subject to deportation. The Obama administration policy urged officers to presume a pregnant woman could be released except for extreme circumstances, but an FAQ sent with the directive makes clear that ICE is not going to detain all pregnant illegal immigrants. The policy will require a case-by-case evaluation, the frequently asked questions explains, and will keep in custody only those whose detention is necessary to effective removal, as well as those deemed a flight risk or danger to the community. ICE will also lean towards releasing pregnant immigrant women if they are in their third trimester, Philip Miller said, mainly because they would not be allowed to fly and thus couldn't be deported in that trimester, and will also make an effort for detention facilities to provide services to pregnant immigrants and parents. The move follows controversial efforts by the Department of Health and Human Services to keep unoccupied minor immigrants in custody rather than releasing them to obtain abortions, a policy that has been the subject of intense litigation and criticism from the advocacy community, calling it an attack on women and children. Michelle Bain, director of the Immigrant Rights and Justice Program at Women's Refugee Commission, said the organization condemns the move. The Women's Refugee Commission has long documented the dangers and unhealthy detention conditions that are especially dangerous and inappropriate for pregnant immigrants. Michelle said in a statement, "Many women are pregnant as a result of rape and violence that they experienced either on the journey to the United States or that may be part of the asylum claim. Detention is especially traumatic for pregnant women, and even more so for victims of rape and gender-based violence." Now, taking in the fact that this is a CNN article, it goes on for quite a long time, and I don't want to bore you nor me with that kind of nonsense. But since we all know that CNN is the epitome of fake news on the internet, I took the time to research this story to make sure it was actually valid. And yes, it is valid. ICE officers will be seeking to keep pregnant immigrants in detention and are not hesitating to arrest nor deport pregnant immigrants as this new policy goes into effect. And I say fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. You see, this goes into this whole anchor baby problem. You see, illegal immigrants come to the United States believing that they will be able to have as many kids as they can in order to stay legally within the United States, because they believe as soon as they have babies and the babies are born in the United States, America has a policy of birthright citizenship, so those kids will be automatically American citizens, therefore keeping the parents in the United States. Basically, having the kids in an effort to try to stay in America, not because they want to have kids, not because they are wanting to be nurturing parents, no, because these kids might be able to ensure the parents stay in the United States. It's a really shitty move, but it's something that a lot of illegal immigrants end up doing anyways, so there's nothing you can really do to stop it. Now, I find this extraordinarily funny. You see, the liberal left has no problem whatsoever trying to push women to get abortions, saying how awesome and amazing abortions are, but then immediately turn around and say how horrible it is and how unfortunate it is that women of color, minority women, are getting abortions. Again, a massive, massive look into the liberal left's giant hypocrisy. Now, a lot of people, especially on the left, and some maybe conservatives, might think it is mean to detain and arrest women when they are pregnant. And in all honesty, I could give two shits less. I say, who gives a fuck if they're fucking pregnant? Fucking deport them before that woman gives birth to another fucking immigrant. We all know that they come here, get pregnant in the hopes that their anchor baby might be able to secure them a spot in the United States as a legal citizen. Again, it's a really selfish move on the illegal immigrants' part, but I guess whatever it takes to try to become an American citizen, whatever it takes to try to get that amnesty, they're gonna fucking do it. So with all that being said, I have absolutely no problem with ICE officers arresting pregnant immigrants and trying to proceeded to get them removed out of the country. Why not? Who fucking cares if they're fucking pregnant? Maybe if they were pregnant, maybe they shouldn't be trying to hop the border. Maybe they shouldn't be trying to make this deadly journey to cross the American border. Maybe they should wait until they have the baby before they make this long journey, or wait until the baby is at least old enough that it has a better chance of surviving this deadly journey to America. You see, the liberal left loves to talk about how dangerous, how horrible it is for these illegal immigrants to try to get from their country to ours, because their country is so dangerous, is so bad. It's not a shithole. If you call it a shithole, you're a bad, evil, racist person. But obviously, these illegal immigrants' countries are so bad that they are literally risking their lives to try to come to America. I don't know about you, but I would call that generally a shithole of a country. I don't know, maybe I'm just a racist piece of shit. You let me know what you plebs think about this in the comment section below, to see if you actually agree with deporting people, especially deporting pregnant women, pregnant immigrants from the United States, before they give birth to their immigrant children. Well, no, because America has birthright citizenship, so if that woman stays in America, has that baby in America, that baby is a fucking American citizen. But I mean, that all being said, in all seriousness, it doesn't matter, in all honesty, if they're pregnant or not. They came here illegally, they need to be held accountable. For us to simply say, oh no, she's pregnant, we need to be more kind and nicer to this illegal immigrant. Yeah, you can be more gentle with her, but that doesn't mean she shouldn't be able to go through the proceedings of possible removal and deportation from the United States. Simply being pregnant doesn't stop you from dealing with the consequences of your illegal actions. That has never worked in America. If you rob a bank and so happen to be pregnant, they're just not going to wait until you have the baby to arrest you. If you go and kill somebody while you're pregnant, they're not going to wait until you have the baby before they arrest you for murder. And it shouldn't be any different for these pregnant immigrants who come in America or slip into America while they are pregnant, in hopes that they might be able to have a baby here in America, and that baby will be an anchor baby. Therefore, giving them a spot, or potentially giving the spot to, or for legal residency for the parents. Again, essentially using that child for the benefit of the parents. That baby was conceived for a purpose, and that purpose was to specifically have that baby in a different country so the parents might be able to stay there. Yeah, the legal immigrants say, oh, it's for the kids so the kids can have a better life. Yeah, that's part of it. But another big part of it is so that you can stay in the Americas. Is that so you don't have to be deported because you believe that America has birthright citizenship. You believe that America has the program where they won't deport anchor babies. I made a video talking about that yes, indeed, in fact, ICE has been going after anchor babies and trying to get them deported along with their shitty shithole parents. It's not racist. It's not bigoted to do this. It's not a complicated term and it's not a complicated idea. If you commit a crime, you will be held accountable for committing that crime in the first place. It does not matter if you're disabled. It does not matter if you're pregnant. If you commit a crime, you will be held accountable. I have never heard of a story of a woman fucking robbing a bank. The police get there, they'd be like, oh, well, she's pregnant. We shouldn't take her to jail because jail conditions are uninhabitable for pregnant women. Yeah, no, that never fucking works out. Ever. I never heard of a fucking story like that. They don't care if you're pregnant or not, they will drag you to jail. And the same should apply to illegal immigrants. If it applies to United States citizens who are covered and protected under the American Constitution, it sure as hell should apply to pregnant immigrant women who are not protected under the Constitution and essentially just came here while being pregnant in an effort to try to get that baby covered under birthright citizenship so the parents might have a shot of becoming legal residents themselves. Well, all in all, using the term, oh, it's for the children. Think about the kids. You see, somehow when people are up to no fucking good, they always want to put children in the fucking forefronts. You look at the refugee program. Oh, think about the kids. Think about the baby refugees. And it turns out, what, like 70 some fucking percent of the refugees are male? Look at what's happening with the Parkland protests. Think about our kids. Save our kids. Kids are more important than your guns. And what are they demanding? They're demanding to fucking confiscate guns because guns are dangerous, despite not knowing actual gun violence statistics. Look at these illegal immigrants. Think about our children. Think about the babies while they're actually trying to get legal residency for themselves. It's a really shitty move, so I actually have no problem that, yeah, ICE, go after these fucking pregnant women. Go after pregnant immigrants all you want. Deport them. Drag them out of America if you want to. I am more than happy to send my taxpayer money to ICE officers so they can deport criminal, non-criminal, anchor babies, and now pregnant immigrants. Deport them all. I give you 100% a thumbs up for trying. And like I said, leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. That's it for this video. Peace out, guys.